Welcome once again to the Shlicketty DooCast, everybody. Hey, guess where we're at? We're at the new studio, sweating it out. I'm your host, Aaron Forsyth, and in the void square here, the ones and twos, Mike Anderson right here. There he is, doing the Vogue Devo. All right, so what are we doing? Wow, lots happened since we talked to you last. We're in this new studio. We've been doing little tests. We've been getting things going. You liking it, Mike? Other than this heat, we're sweating it out in here.
Yeah, we got ourselves a space so that way we could kind of get the equipment set up the way that we like it and just leave it. It's not like in the middle of my living room where you're trying to live and have life and stuff like that.
Yeah, we don't have the bookcase behind us. Now, once again, this is the episode we're trying to get everyone, hey, like and subscribe if you want. Check out like and subscribe to our channel and everything so we can get friends, get followers. Just be a good bloke and share it. But here's what I wanted to tell you. If this is your first time tuning into the Shlicketty DooCast, we call it the DooCast. And there's the logo. We have old episodes. Old episodes you can listen to. We did about 6, 7, 8. I don't even know. We lost time. But we did it. We were just kind of working out the bugs, trying to figure out how we're going to do this, what we're going to talk about. You don't know what we're going to talk about. Me and Mike had known each other since we were little kiddaroos, and so we never know what we're going to talk about. When we hang out, we never know what we're going to talk about. That's the beauty of it. So here we are. We're flumfering, we're fumfering, and schlumfering. What do you got, Mike? Tell me a story.
I'm thinking one thing I know that we're not talking about.
What?
Politics, but that's fine.
Oh, yeah. Well, we don't want to timestamp this stuff because if we timestamp it, then, 10 years from now, we'll be extra cringe-a-ruin.
Yeah, but 10 years from now, people will look back on this. It'll be like a historical document, like Galaxy Quest. And they'll look at it and they'll be like, wow, remember way back then? Remember when that was?
Yeah. Remember when everyone had a podcast? And remember when those two idiots from Erie talked into a microphone?
Yeah. They're all pay attention to us.
I know. Well, I know. Yeah, we won't talk politics. That's one thing we don't know too much about. I mean, we have our thoughts on politics. I don't care what side of the fence you're from, but that and sports, unless we're into like, hey, it's the Super Bowl weekend or something, we could chat about it. But, quite honestly, I don't know shit about sports either.
Yeah, I don't know that much about sports either. I mean, I'm a Steelers fan. Other than that, I mean, if Miami's playing Seattle, I kind of don't give a fuck, Unless...
Speaking of sports, though, I will have an update. Now, I do my once-a-year pilgrimage to the Pittsburgh baseball stadium. Now, the girlfriend, Tina, she's a big fan of the old, she's a Pittsburgh fan, which is fine. I get to go. I got her for her birthday way back, and so in 2 weeks, I'm going to a baseball game, so I'll give you an update on that one. It's the Cincinnati Reds versus the Buccos, yeah, and I always get good seats. The last year I got the ones I literally could put my feet right on the dugout. I paid extra for the dugout seats. Man, there's not. I mean, when was the last time you were at a good stadium when you just watched a baseball game and the sun's beating on you and smell the hot dogs and BO? It's awesome. It's just Americana at its finest. I love it.
Yeah, I have not been to a baseball game.
Ever?
No. Last baseball game I was at, I was playing in it.
Well, sweet, merciful Jesus, we got to get you to a game. Indians game or Guardians games.
Why?
Well,
why? What? So I'm not a baseball guy. Huh? I mean, shit. You and I talked about this like 30 fucking years ago. Okay. We tried watching baseball at home on TV.
Yeah, right.
Both bored on a Saturday.
Well, we were also high as hell.
But it's boring as hell.
I think that's the idea, but it's kind of like watching golf, though. It's kind of like, but there's a relaxing mental state you get into when you're just kind of like, yeah, bada, yeah, there you go. And it's a slowness. You kind of decompress, and it's kind of like, I don't know, I get that way when you're like you're sitting in the backyard and staring at the birds. Well, it's kind of like that, except for you're looking at a fucking baseball game, and the sights and sounds of the actual stadium, it's timeless, man. It's cool.
Maybe if it were one of those like old school sort of 100-year-old stadiums or whatever, but I mean, I don't know. I don't care. I find baseball incredibly boring. I find it's a very slow game, and I find even like in the majors, they try and deliberately make it take as long as possible. They stand out there and give signs to each other and look at each other and make faces and scratch their nuts and
safety first.
I just don't care.
I like it.
It's not my thing. And by the same token, I mean, I'm not like that with a lot of stuff. Like I said, if Seattle Seahawks are playing the Miami Dolphins, I don't care. I don't follow football that much. I like the Steelers. That's about it. There was a time I followed hockey, but then they went on strike, and
Yeah, hockey's good in person, especially local hockey. We got the Erie Otters here.
Yeah, hockey's great in person. Yeah, it's fun.
I don't know. You see, baseball. See, the reason I got into the Reds and the Buccos apparently used to have an age-old rivalry. I can't say the word, but we're hoping for a wrestling match in the middle of let's rush the dugout, fist fights. Wouldn't baseball be so much better if they would, though? Like, you know how hockey has the fights?
And there's a reason for the fights.
They gotta give baseball fights. Oh, baseball fights would be.
Well, they do.
Great.
They have the bench clearing brawls, but I don't know.
I think it'd be great. I think more people would come. Let's give it a little pageantry. Give it a little WWF.
I mean, I don't know, dude. What are you looking to get out of it? I mean, it's baseball. It's already like people obsess over it with the stats and like.
Well, yeah, because it's a relaxing game until you get to the last inning. It's pretty relaxing. So you want maybe a fight. You want a little controversy. You know, we used to love it when the Yankee coach would spit in somebody's face and get kicked out of the game. You know?
I guess. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea. By the same token, like like basketball just doesn't appeal to me. It's not really my thing.
Yeah, I've never been to a live basketball game other than like high school kids, which is fine. You know, my daughter doing grade school one time, they were kind of fun because they were like the Bad News Bears. They're terrible. Which that's actually fun because there's a margin of error there. You know they're terrible.
Right.
See, I don't want to see an NBA game because they're slick willies. They know what they're doing. It's fast.
Yeah, it was the same thing with like a college game that I had gone to. You know, it was just local. I think it was like Mercy. I was like a kid. I was like 10 or something like that. But
yeah, I'm actually all for the fumfering. I like the margin of error. You know, I like a big margin of error. The worse the teams, kind of the better, because then anything can happen. When they're too good, you're like, all right, this is good. Okay, I get it. They're superstars.
Yeah.
But yeah, no sports on the DooCast. Let's get back to okay.
Yeah, so, that's literally about it. We just about covered the whole sports.
Yeah, we just emptied our knowledge out of our brains. Yeah. And we got the globe of truth here, the orb of truth.
Yeah, I picked that guy. I thought he'd be a nice little centerpiece guy. He's currently on his Lochnar phase.
Yeah. Yeah.
So don't touch it, or you'll die.
Yeah, I know. Remember they used to sell those static electricity balls?
I thought about grabbing one of those.
They used to be at Spencer's. Remember we would go to the back room at Spencer's Gifts at the mall and just...
By back room, you mean the back of the store?
Back of the store, yeah, next to the dildos. Yeah, they'd have all the light and the black light stuff.
Yeah, and the posters and all that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so this is the new studio, so we gotta talk to the old landlord. And we got to get the air conditioning because we're paying for this jalopy here to have some air conditioning. And I want it cold. I want to see my asshole. I want it frozen in here, and it's hotter than a bitch in here.
Well, it's on now. I mean, last time, every time before that we've been down here, the thermostat was saying 80 to 82 degrees. Yeah. So I texted him today and told him what the deal was, and he came up and he took a look at it, and now it's showing 73. So it's a lot better in here, but I don't know that the HVAC is running on our end of the building. It's running on the other end.
That's what I feel like, because I'm not hearing a noise at all, and I have yet to hear like a fan kick on or anything.
Yeah. I don't know if it's maybe just at the other end of the building. It's supposed to just sort of filter down this way or something, but yeah, I probably have to get some box fans or something.
So we'll get to the bottom of that. You'll have it. What do we get? Well,
we got the door closed right now, and it's starting to get fucking warm in here. I'm starting to get like fucking...
Yeah, Mike has a lower tolerance for heat, so if we got to bust open the door, we'll do it. It's fine. There's other bands that practice in this building, so this is kind of like, it's funny. Someday we might be doing this. You might hear a band in the background. Somebody has a studio down the way. We haven't met all our neighbors, but they're Erie people. I probably know them. They're fine. Good eggs. I'm sure there's good eggs in here.
Yeah.
But, so let's see. New studio. Here we are. This is episode, I don't know what, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5. I don't know. We're probably in the 8, 9s. I don't know. But we're going to call it. We should just start here. New studio for 1. Even though. So, and then if you bonus out, you go, all right, I think I like Mike and Aaron. They're okay. I can handle with them. go to the back and then just scroll down here and get some likes on some of these older apps. I mean, we talk about metal. Everything always ends up going back to music, doesn't it, Mike?
Well, not everything. I mean, I don't know if you watched through those.
Yeah, I scrolled through some past apps, yeah.
You scroll through.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't like watching my old big beaky mug and crooked
that's
teeth.
right. You're not used to it yet.
Yeah, I know. I don't like looking at myself, but
yeah, I
can hear myself, but I can't listen to
it.
myself or look at myself.
Yeah, you just got to get used to it. I was like that too for a long time, but you just sort of get over it. Just kind of get used to it. Just kind of get on with it.
I know, because if I was an internet troll, I know exactly what I would say to me. So, no ideas, but yeah, the old episodes were cool, and that's what I like. The beauty, we live in Mike's house, right by the bookcase. You'll see him down there. You'll see some of the thumbnails if you keep looking. You know, everything comes back to music, though. You know, if you didn't know, both of us are rock musicians, or were. I'm a stand-up comic. He's a film guy. We always met in the middle, though, with music, and him and I, we didn't have babysitters as kids. We had television. Yeah. And television was pretty much our guide. So pretty much that was our library, that was our Google, that was our phone, that was our information highway, was what him and I were fed through the television set.
I used to call it the window to the world.
It was.
Yeah, it was. I mean, you saw like everything on that. Because with the MTV and like the HBO and, you know, Showtime and Cinemax with all the movies.
Yeah.
And I'll say this again, because every time you mention Cinemax, people go, ooh, Skinemax. People are idiots. They don't fucking know. The point of Cinemax was it was all movies all the time. There were no TV shows. There were no sporting events, no boxing, no fucking around. It was nothing but movies all the time. And they used to do a thing called Vanguard Cinema, which I think was like Thursdays or Friday nights. Oh, yeah. So every week there was a different, like, weird little independent movie you've never heard of.
Yeah, it was almost like the training ground for the real movies, kind of like, wasn't it?
No. They were like independent movies. It was stuff like, you know, weird stuff like Motorama, where it was that 10-year-old kid who stole a car to drive across the country to collect those cards to win some contest, and you know, like weird stuff like that. And like I remember that movie Tin Drum out of Germany. I remember Paper House or something like that. Yeah. There were a lot of like weird foreign independent movies that were just like weird shit. I think on Vanguard Cinema I saw Johnny Suede, which I think was one of Brad Pitt's first movies. It's almost like he's doing Johnny Bravo before. Like I think they based Johnny Bravo on, you know, Brad Pitt's character from
Johnny Suede.
Yeah, from Johnny Suede. Yeah.
That would be funny, actually.
Because he's got the same haircut, and he's like the Elvis obsessed thing, and you know.
I wonder. You're right. Now that you mention it.
Yeah, it's kind of it's
silly.
Pop culture eating its own tail. You know?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you haven't noticed yet, folks, Mike knows a lot about everything, probably more than I. I kind of dabble, but he knows more. So he's your phone a friend. If anyone ever gets on a video game, or gets on a game show, send us an email. We'll give you his phone number. He's your phone a friend. He's got the answer.
Well, on certain things. Like Jones introduced me to his friend. He was like, Mike knows everything about everything. Ask him anything. And the dude's like, what was the last pharaoh in Egypt? I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, true.
I don't know everything.
Yeah. But when you know something, you know, yeah.
I know stuff about a lot of different stuff, but just because I'm curious that way. And if there's stuff I don't know, like sometimes I'll just, like if I have the opportunity, I'll just get into it. You know?
How are you on the crossword puzzles?
We're pretty good at the crossword puzzle. My girlfriend does them religiously, seriously religiously.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does one every morning.
New York Times one?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what my girlfriend does.
I get her the big fat book of all the fucking crossword puzzles. She tore through the first one. I got her the newer one. She does a crossword puzzle every day. She has a subscription to the New York Times just to do the fucking crossword puzzle. Yeah, she does it all the time. But I was pretty good with I don't care enough about it to take steps to ensure that I have crossword puzzles all the time. I enjoy doing them, but I don't make it a priority.
I know. She'll ask me a question. She'll be like, hey, what's a 4-letter word for blah, blah, blah? And I'll know the answer. Boom, immediately. Mm-hmm. But then when I go sit down to do one, I'm like, oh, am I an idiot? I can't figure any of these out. Like, I got about a 1 out of 4 ratio that I get. The other three are like, oh man, I can't figure it out. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, she always asks me things like, Simpsons character, yada yada.
Yeah, or an old song reference, or the who wrote? Yeah.
Or it was like, what was 1988 Michael Caine movie or something? You know what I mean? Like one of those sort of things.
Yeah. Which don't you feel omnipotently powerful when you answer when you go, oh yeah, that's and you spit it out. It's like, oh, my muscle brain is flexing.
I mean, there's stuff that I know, and then there's stuff that my brain just knows. And so there are some times where you just sort of, your brain just spits it out.
Sure.
And you're like, I don't know why, but my brain says this, and you say that, and sometimes it's it, sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
Sometimes my brain just gets close, and it just starts yelling the thing at me, and it's like, shut up! I know that's not it. It's close, but that's not it. Shut up.
It's supposed to have an S. Third letter's supposed to be an S.
I know. Why don't I know 5 letters? That's only 4. Shut up. You're getting it wrong. Yeah. But yeah, you have that. More often than not, I get irritated at the bullshit cheating in the crosswords.
How do you cheat on a crossword?
Foreign words that aren't English.
Yeah.
I feel is cheating.
Oh, like the writer wants to bridge a gap between an up and a down, so he has to find something to go in there. So he's going to put like a French word.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, and not like a common French word that we use all the time or something like that.
Right, yeah.
It'll be, it's just, and sometimes with the stupid names, it's like,
Yeah.
Like a name could be anything. It could be, But generally, if it's a name in the crosswords, it's usually like a 4-letter name and 3 of them are vowels or something like that.
Yeah.
I love the vowels.
I forgot about the whole, let's use a different language.
Yeah, that, I feel, that's just cheating. Oh my God, I got the yawns. Whew. I ate some edibles before I came over.
You ate edibles?
Yeah, but they're just like fucking like low-level edibles.
I don't know if that's a good idea. I say if you're going to eat an edible, let's get goofy here. Unless you were high-strung, were you wound up or something?
No, but I just can't smoke over here, so.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you're ripping the old bongaroos at the old place, at the old studio, but now here we are at the new place. You didn't bring anything over.
No, you can't smoke in here. So.
That's right. Oh, edibles.
Yeah. So, but I mean, they're super low-level edibles. It was like a chocolate bar. The whole chocolate bar only had 100 grams in it.
Is that a lot? I don't.
So divided by like 30 pieces, it ends up being about 6.6 grams per piece.
Boy, 6 grams. But if
if you round it up to 7, if I eat 3 pieces, that's 21 grams.
Yeah.
Normally, I'll eat 40 to 50 milligrams.
Oh.
Milligrams, not grams.
Oh, I was going to say.
Just shoveling it.
Grams would be a lot.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was like.
Yeah, it's starting to get weighty.
Yeah, milligrams. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just like 21 milligrams of some hybrid stuff, which the problem is fucking the indica shit makes me fucking tired.
Yeah. Is that what that is?
Well, it's hybrid. It's a little bit of both.
Maybe it's, yeah.
That's why it's making me like a little bit yawny and shit like that. Which was fucking annoying, but what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Plus, I'm probably yawning because my body is starved for oxygen in here because there's no fucking ventilation.
Yeah. And it's a little dead air. It's a little...
it's stagnant, man.
Yeah.
There's no air movement. I can't believe you're still wearing that jacket.
Well, yeah, I'm fine. I got a pretty good tolerance for heat,
Do you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Growing up, I never noticed anything like that. I never said I'm cold, I'm hot, nothing like that. I don't remember like being one to like be like, I'm chilly, put on a sweatshirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just whatever you woke up with that day, and if you're outside, put on a coat. If not, there wasn't no.
I never had an issue with it, but I don't know. Maybe it was just being out in Phoenix and shit.
Oh yeah, you're from Phoenix, yeah.
It gets up into like triple digits and over like 110, 115, shit like that. It's just like. But then it's like there's nothing you can do about it. It's just like you just give up to it and you're like, all right, I'm going to be hot and sweaty for the next 4 months. It's like here in the winter where you're like, all right, I'm just going to be freezing ass cold for the next, 4 to 5 months.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it. No. So it's like, But I'll tell you, next place I move, moderate temperatures.
I kind of think Erie is kind of that way though.
Actually, it really has been since I moved back. I mean, it used to be fucking Arctic deep freeze for 5 months out of the year. And I mean, it was just brutal, endless, depressing, soul-grinding winter. But the 2 years I've been here, the 2 winters that I've gone through, fucking remarkably like nothing.
Yeah.
Like almost like Northern Virginia type of winter.
Right, right. I know. I shoveled about 5 times.
I shoveled. My next door neighbor, he got a little 4-wheeler, and he put a fucking snowplow on the front of it. So he was all gung ho to like go around snowplow.
Oh, so he's
shit.
hooking you up.
Yeah. So he came over there one day, and he's like, I can do your driveway, and I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, you want to like open the door? And I'm like, well, do this. My dad's friend used to do it. Just pull up to the door, lift up the plow, come up to the door, then put the plow down and just go backwards. And he's like, oh yeah, that works good. So yeah, he did my driveway one time, which is nice because my house is on a corner. So it's like there's the driveway you got to shovel. And then I've got fucking sidewalks.
You got a fire hydrant too.
Yeah, I know. And I've got sidewalks all the way around the fucking property. So there's the walk, the whole length of the house. There's the sidewalk out front by the fire hydrant, and then turns the corner, comes down by the tree. It's like, oh my God. Like I could spend, like it doesn't even, I don't even understand how it's supposed to work. It's so fucking cold that it's snowing. I go outside to shovel snow. I'm out there for 10 to 15 minutes and I'm sweating.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm sweating in the fucking clothes. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me, but the winters have not been bad enough for me to consider buying like a snowblower.
No. Her and I were talking about it 3 years ago, and then we were like, all right, maybe this is the year, We're waiting for the first walloping, and then we're just going to get mad at it and call, or one of us to throw our back out shoveling. But knock on wood, the past 3 years have been so mild that it's like, well, no throwing the back out, so fuck it.
Yeah, I shoveled like 2 times this year, maybe 3, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, last year I shoveled a few more times, but it still wasn't bad.
Yeah, the snowblower. They're not a cheap date, but that's one of those things. You're a homeowner, I'm a homeowner. It's one of those things. You get to this point in your life when you go, I bought a snowblower. Like I just bought a pizza oven. I thought that was a big upgrade to life. But a snowblower is like, all right, now we're talking turkey here.
But the thing is, like when we grew up, like I guess at your dad's house, you and your brother came through the front door. Oh no, your dad he didn't park in the garage too much. He was mostly in driving.
No, he parked in the garage. Yeah, we're in the garage. Yeah, but we had a two-car driveway, but we would just shovel the one side so he could get in.
Yeah. And so I had the driveway at my parents' house, and it's not like it's a long driveway. It's in the suburbs, and it's 2 cars wide, but like I don't know if I don't think I really shoveled out like the path to the front door. Nobody used the front door. We all went in through the garage. So
yeah. We ended up being like that too.
But now where I'm at, like I said, I got the sidewalks all the way around. It's like it could literally be 3 hours of shoveling. And I'm here to tell you, the thing that kills people like us in the winter with the shoveling is the heart attack.
Especially at our age. When we're 20, no, but yeah.
Because it's 40, like, oh, with the snow, I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna shovel real quick, get it done. And you get out there and you try fucking humping it, throwing it quick, and
and then you get a little pissed off, so you put it. I always, by the time I'm shoveling and I'm on my third thing, you get in that mode and you're a little pissed off and you're just going, I gotta make this row clean. And the OCD kicks in.
The next thing you're like jabbing at ice chunks.
Yeah, right. And you mix OCD with anger is like a deadly combo.
Yeah, and then it's like, I'm going to get this done. I'm not giving up. I'm going to get this done. That's like, it's ridiculous. Like, out here it's ridiculous for that sort of stuff. So, I mean, I could definitely see it. It would definitely make things a lot quicker and easier. But the whole point of the snowblower is when it's deep snow, like over 4 inches.
Sure. Sure.
Other than that, it's still shovel time.
Yeah.
Sucks.
I know.
Sucks.
I know.
But what are you gonna? But like I said, the last couple of years hasn't been bad. Can't complain at all.
Yeah, Erie's not bad at all. I mean, we're in the summer now, so it's beautiful. It's good.
This mechanic, when I picked my car up, and it was like, I don't know, it was like March, and it was like crazy beautiful weather and stuff like that. And this mechanic, he was just outside, I don't know, doing something. He was like, this weather's really nice, and I'm like, yeah. And he's like, kind of makes me feel guilty about it. Like we're gonna have to, like there's gonna be payment due to somebody at some point for it. And I'm like, I know, I feel that way too.
Yeah, he's not far off. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's been really nice. And the thing that's nutty is, like, the weather is literally different. When we were growing up, the wind always came from the west and went to the east. You know, it is not like that anymore. It comes from the south to the north now.
Sure. It comes from, it's Erie, yeah, Erie, weird. Yeah, we're in like some weird circles area, yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing. So that west-east jet stream is still there, but when it gets east of Cleveland, it hits this shear that's coming up from the Appalachian Mountains. I can't tell you how many times I see these big storms, they're hitting Cleveland, they're coming our way, and then it gets between Cleveland and Erie, and it just gets drifted towards Canada and dissipates over the lake.
Yeah.
I mean, that saves our ass a lot of snow dumpings and
yeah.
Even these big storms that were just rolling through. Oh man, that thunderstorm last week.
Oh yeah, the heat, lightning, and everything. That was all.
Is that what that?
That was like apocalyptic.
Well, I think that was the day we were. Yeah, that was the day we were downstate doing filming for work and stuff like that. And the girlfriend, I didn't even have my phone with me because like we were so rural, there was no service. So I just like left it in the truck, left it in my bag. And when I got back later and turned the phone on, and once we got service and we were getting out of where we were, she's like thunderstorms or whatever. And then I was home later and I was getting something to eat, and man, this one thunder rumble, it was fucking like loud, and it was a low like a sustained sort of thing.
Like the subwoofer crackling.
Yeah, like a rumbling thing. It wasn't like the sharp it was like rumbling, and it kept sort of going on.
Yeah, like a fault line's just fucking.
Yeah, it was like somebody moving something really large and heavy, you know?
Yeah.
And the longer it went on, the more apprehensive it made me. Like after like 2 seconds, I just wanted it to stop. Like
yeah, it almost feels like an earthquake. Like,
yeah,
like whoa, this is
very
big.
disconcerting.
Have you ever felt an earthquake before?
Yes.
I have not.
Out in Phoenix.
Oh.
We felt it was a small earthquake that came from the edge of California, and it was a lateral quake. So we were in the office building. I think we're on like 4th floor, and it was a metal frame building. So you could feel the floor flex sometimes. When you're sitting in your chair, it'll flex up and down a little bit. People walking on it or that sort of stuff.
Sure.
But this. Because I remember I was just sitting there working, and then you feel it kind of go sideways, like this a little bit.
Wow.
And like me and like the ladies around me, I was like, because like I felt it, and I was like looking around, and then this lady turned around and looked, and I go, "You feel that?" And she goes, "It's moving sideways." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's weird." She goes, "That's really weird."
Wow, sideways. So did you feel like a barometric pressure in the air or anything? No.
Nah.
Just felt like everything was kind of moving like.
Yeah, no, it was just, you're just sitting there working, and then all of a sudden you just kind of notice you're getting like an oscillation to the side a little bit, and then, but it was just like a pulse. It only did like 6 or 7 times.
Wow, yeah, I never had it.
But that was in Phoenix, and it was from, so it was, we looked it up. There was like it was like a minor quake, like Death Valley area, a little bit this side of Death Valley.
But that's still big enough. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, enough to travel that far.
That is the beauty of Erie. Like, other than a crappy winter, we got no natural disasters. There's no, tornadoes like going down in Oklahoma and Texas right now. Those storms are clearing out the rural.
That stuff's getting into places that traditionally hadn't been.
That's what I'm saying.
It's getting all over the place.
Getting a little kooky out there. Yeah, but Erie is just so perfect in between. Now, if you don't know where Erie is, look on the map. We're in between Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, right in the center there, the armpit, I call it, of 3 cool cities. Perfect. Right on Lake Erie, inexpensive, it's cool.
That's what's nice about the job. It is nice because there is like, for us always growing up here, we never went anywhere, we never did anything. Like we're from the suburbs, we like cable TV and air conditioning. So
sure. But we did have woods and a lake, and there was always woods to be had, and there was always a lake if we wanted it.
We never did anything with them. Have you ever been camping?
Camping? No.
Yeah.
No, I was not one
camping.
for camping. No, and my parents weren't either. My parents were city slickers.
You ever been fishing?
Creek fishing, but never on the lake. No. I do, but it always resulted in let's go fishing. But we ended up just.
We didn't do hunting. We didn't like we never took advantage
looking
of it.
for crayfish.
But these days, like it's nice. It's nice to be able to get out. Like I enjoy the nature a lot more since I got sick like 8 years ago. Maybe 9 years ago now. It was just like, what do they call it? Not bronchitis, what's the other one? Like pneumonia. It was like pneumonia. Like the fluid in the lungs and shit, and I had it for a month and stuff. And I quit smoking, and when I quit smoking, I just didn't start again. So how I quit smoking. And then, but when I quit smoking, for some reason they kicked off this anxiety thing. And when I had the anxiety so bad, I couldn't sit down. I couldn't be indoors. I couldn't concentrate on anything. It was like really debilitating. And so I was just outside all the time. I would just walk around outside, pacing around, talking on the phone. Like I couldn't be inside. I couldn't sit down. It was bad. But ever since then, like, and then at the house that we had out in Mesa, I was always in the backyard.
Yeah.
I walked in from work, put down my keys, grabbed my bowl and a beer, and fucking headed, because we had in the backyard, we had the pool, we had like a storage shed, but then we had like a 1.5 car garage in the backyard. It was like a project garage, separate from the garage on the front of the house where I'd park and stuff like that. So just always hanging out, man. Like, and I miss it now, because where I'm at now, like I'm on the corner and stuff, like.
Yeah.
I like having like private space in the backyard where I can hang out. I don't feel like I'm putting on a show. But now it's like, I got no privacy. My fucking neighbor across the street put up a ring cam out front of his house. So now it's like shining right at, like on the side of the garage, we had a little place where we could sit,
Yeah.
It's shining right through there now. And people are like, oh, big deal, what do you care? It's like, you know what? If I'm out there mowing the lawn and I fucking hit myself in the nuts with the extension cord, that could be on the fucking internet. Let's all laugh at this dumbass hitting himself in the nuts. Ha ha ha. Well, and I got no say in it?
True, but here's where I always think that everyone having the ring cam is good, because I have a ring cam, but I see what you're saying. If the neighbors did, I would feel like this is kind of weird. But hey, if your garage ever got broken into or something like that, you might be able to find the thief. I don't know.
So.
But you're right. If you want to, I see where your side of your garage where we all hang out and would smoke. Yeah, you might have to put up like hang a curtain or something.
That's what we're thinking about, like
a shower curtain, almost kind of looking thing with the hoops and slide it back and forth.
No. When I put up a goddamn shower curtain, Jesus fuck.
Like a shower curtain.
Like those 10x10 pop-up canopies? I've been thinking about getting one of those. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I had a couple of those in Phoenix, but I'd leave them up, and then a storm would come through, and they would literally get turned into a pretzel, and I'd have to fish them out of the pool. By fish them out, like get in the pool and drag it out. It sucked. A couple, they would just get twisted like a pretzel and stuff. But anyway, so those, you can get these panels for them. It's just a square panel of that nylon fabric.
Yeah.
Some tie tabs, and you just tie them on up at the top. I was thinking about something like that. You get them for like $10, $12 or something like that.
Yeah.
Usually I like the Lowe's or the Home
And then,
Depot
and if the winds are picking up or things get weird, it's almost like a screen that pulls,
Yeah. My girlfriend's...
Where they roll up?
Well, my girlfriend's first house that she had rattan, which is those sticks, and they're all tied together with the string. So it was one of those things where you could pull the strings and it would roll it up.
Yeah.
So it was just on her front porch, just sort of giving some shade. It wasn't really necessary because she had these bougainvillea bushes.
Sure.
Which I don't know if you know bougainvillea bushes, but they fucking grow like weeds and they got fucking big thorns and shit.
Yeah, bougainvillea, right. I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Fucking pain in the ass, pain in the fingers. And, but yeah, so whenever like a storm would roll in and it would get windy, we would just go and roll that thing up. Just because otherwise it's like flapping around, getting thrashed.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to see that thing,
But yeah, I was thinking about maybe getting one of those like nylon, sheet sort of thing, which would be probably 10 by 10 or so,
A neighbor with a ring cam. Yeah, that's a double-edged sword there. I know.
I guess to a certain degree, it's like, yeah, people are looking at stuff, but I don't know. Once again, it's like,
I could tell you, like, we've had ours for like 5 years. And at first, the first like season, oh yeah, we're checking the internet. Oh, look at it, ding, 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 ding. Oh, what time then, and then it's like, you're getting the pings. Then eventually you get sick of the pings. Like right now, we don't even check ours. She might occasionally, if it's like, oh, why is the mail not here yet? She'll, she gets little notifications. Yeah, movement. But you can't, every car that goes by, every dog walker, everything, it's like, you really become desensitized to the whole idea of the ring cam. So it's not like everyone's sitting there scrolling for like, footage for spoofs. It's one of those things where unless something goes wrong, you only backtrack if something goes wrong, You
ever watch those murder shows? Like on YouTube or shit like that?
Well, yeah, like First 48 or in Dateline kind of things.
Oh no, I do like the first 48. I watch a lot of the first 48. I'll record like a whole bunch of episodes and watch those.
Yeah.
I find that sort of fascinating because it's real stuff. No, I don't like any of the fake stuff. But at my last job I was working out in Phoenix, it would get to where after the morning show was over, I tore through all the comedian podcasts. Like I was just listening to podcasts all day, every day, and I tore through everything. So I drifted into those true crime podcasts.
Okay.
And there was one of those that I was watching recently. It was this husband and wife that had fucking one of them off the other one or something like that. But they had gone back and pulled like ring cam footage. They had cameras from like inside the house and like all over the place and shit like that.
Oh, they had the inside the house ones, right?
Yeah. So they were like going back years and like pulling stuff like, and I don't know how all that, I don't know if it's all getting constantly uploaded to some sort of thing. I mean, I would never do that. I would
Yeah, I've got an ADT, but it doesn't have inside footage, but it has motion detection. So, like if I set the alarm, I go to work, for some reason it doesn't detect the cats walking around and doing shit. But let's just say, she comes home at 3:30, ding, 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 turns it off, all that movement is recorded, so it's, they know like when you shut the alarm off, they know when there's movement, there is a thing, if your alarm goes off. So if you had to backtrack, but like I have a thing where I could set it to watch, overlook the whole living room if I wanted to, but I don't know, that seems a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But once again, you forget it's there. There's a certain point when the camera's on you, if you're desensitized to it enough, you don't even think about it. It just, but the first few months that it's on, it is kind of weirdly distracting. You're like, oh man, this camera's gonna catch me eating a booger or something like that. You don't want to be doing anything. You're always kind of
but
watching.
then again, that's sort of the thing. That's like if you're in control of the camera,
right?
Like if you're not in the control of the camera, and it's like the neighbors or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird. Sometimes I just miss being able to just go out in my fucking backyard and fucking hang out and enjoy the weather and nature and not feel like I'm putting on a show for,
Yeah.
looky-loos.
I have neighbors that just moved in next door, whereas before that house was vacant for years. I loved it. Now that they're there, we're grilling and like we're whispering to each other, her and Tina and I. Whereas when no one was there, we're like, fucking blah, blah. During the pandemic, we're fucking hooting and hollering and, carrying on. Now it's like, hey, do you want to put some cheese on it?
Yeah.
We're whispering. It's weird. So now the backyard doesn't quite have the appeal.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
But we moved, now that we got the pizza oven, we put the pizza oven in the garage. So now we're just opening the garage and now we're hanging out in the garage. Yeah. Like we've kind of stopped hanging out in the backyard because the neighbors are there. Now we're in the garage.
Oh, on that other side where you can see the other backyard?
Right, yeah.
Because to the other side, you can't really see anything. It's just like vegetation and stuff.
I got that. So we got, this is funny, quick little story. I got the pizza oven, the Ninja one, off the QVC. Now, I don't know if anyone's a QVC watcher out there, but, her and I sometimes, nothing's on, so I put it on in the background. Yeah. Well, she had one too many woo-woo sauces one night, and we're joking, pizza oven. Well, next thing you know, 2 days later, it shows up. There it is. And she's like, God bless her. She, Tina was like, well, I don't know. Can we keep it? Was kind of like finding a stray cat. Should we keep it? Can we keep it? Can we handle it? We had the same discussion you would as if you found a stray cat. Like this, we had a Ninja in a giant box in our vestibule right there. And we kept looking at it going, so are we going to send this back? Are we going to keep it? I don't know. Should we keep it? Yeah, it looks pretty good over there. I don't know. What could we? And then we're daydreaming about what we could do with the pizza oven. Oh, you can cook a steak in there. Oh, and then it comes with a big spatula. And then you see somebody on TV.
Big spatula.
But so we've used it a few times. Made the old dough balls. You ever stretch your own dough?
When I was like 13 or 14,
it's fun.
My dad sort of got into trying that, and we used to do the Chef Boyardee had like a make your own pizza kit thing, and it was basically mixing up the dough and stuff. I remember trying it with my dad once. We could not fucking get it to work at all.
Well,
the dough and
come
all
to find out it's temperature of the dough, because if it's too cold, it'll shrink a little. It shrinks.
Yeah, that was the whole thing, and then it just
You're
rips.
kneading it, and then it's shrinking, and it's like, that to get it like you see it on TV is an art.
Right, it takes like 15, 20 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of spin. Now you know why they spin it. Nuts about it. It's a whole thing. But
yeah,
we did it. We made personal pan pizzas. She's a vegetarian, she's vegan, so she made her own little thing. But I made my first mozzarella, and instead of using pizza sauce, I used the wing sauce, the buffalo wing sauce. Put some chicken in there. Oh. Garlic powder and everything. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's the shit. It really is nice, but you got to watch your calories. See, I'm counting calories now, so I can't be eating pizza every day. I got to treat myself to once a week,
Yeah.
But boy, I tell you, the pizza oven is a game changer. Game changer.
Yeah, we got that. We got a goddamn on top of the fucking counter, pizza oven, toaster oven. You know what I mean?
Right.
We got it years ago when we were still out in Mesa because our oven was on the fritz or something like that. The oven stopped working or something like that, and we were gonna it was like May, and so we're like, we're not gonna buy a new stove oven before summer's over because
you don't want to heat up the house.
No, it does. So we got this toaster oven, pizza oven thing, right? But it's got like a round extension in the back so you can put a 12-inch pizza in it. You know what I mean? So it's pretty decent size. But once again, what we found is that heats up the kitchen worse.
Sure.
It's not insulated at all.
Yeah, this thing, they want you to have it outside.
So 4 1/4 for making French fries is still 4 1/4 for making French fries.
Yeah. And once again, I'm an air fryer guy. I say put the fries in the air fryer. The air fryer is the only thing that doesn't heat up your kitchen.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. Like that toaster oven guy, it's still in the box from when we we never use it. And I don't know if we even need it. You know my girlfriend says she goes, we should set up in the basement. And I'm like, that seems crazy. But then she's like, but think about it. It's always colder in the basement. So if it heated things up, it would even things out. And I'm like, well, you got a point there.
Yeah, I could see that definitely in the winter.
Yeah.
But see, a pizza oven gets to 700, whereas I think your oven you're talking is 500.
Yeah, I mean at most like 450.
Yeah. My air fryer maxes out at 380. It's like 380 or 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and things take longer because it's air and convection. But when you have 700 degrees on the old Ninja, 700, when you put that thing in there, you hit the button, 3 minutes. So from a doughy cold pizza with your toppings on it, you slide it in with the old giant spatula, 3 minutes.
700? What the hell's getting up to 700 degrees?
The pizza oven. It has a stone in it too, so it doesn't burn the bottom. So it's on a stone.
But I mean, what's it doing? Running off propane?
Electric.
How much electricity is that consuming?
Well, I could probably bring Frankenstein to life, I'm sure.
Wow.
No, I just plug it right in. I mean, I guess it's no worse than a hairdryer. I mean, a hairdryer is 1,400 watts. This is probably about 1,400 watts.
Wow.
But being as you only have to 20 minutes it takes to preheat, and then you do the pizza oven for 3 minutes of pizza. So we don't have it on that long. It's so the fact that it works quicker keeps you from, the air fryer's running way longer than that.
Yeah.
So if you're talking electric bill, but I didn't notice any lights dimming or anything weird, and I plugged it into one of those extension cords to the plug. And it's not warm.
The thing you got to look at is you got to look at what the amps is, what the amps that it draws is. I bet you dollars to donuts it's drawing 14 amps. Because 15 is what residential electrical circuits are, is 15 amps. Commercials like 20.
Dollars to donuts, huh?
So, yeah. The highest I've ever seen is a 14 amp draw. That was a power amp we used to use for jamming. But even stuff like our bass amps would only be like 8 or 9 amps.
Yeah. I don't remember my old bass amps making the lights dim at all too much.
No, exactly.
No.
That was the thing. But you get the iron, you get the toaster on the same circuit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you might blow up.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you got? Okay, how are we doing on time? It's getting warm in the old hot
Yeah,
box
we're at 45
here.
minutes. Let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up. Hey, real quick, usually we did a segment, I don't know, we did on the old eps, show and tell. I mean, I like show and tell. Was it your turn or my turn? I don't know, but...
I forgot. It's probably my turn, and I completely spaced it. I mean...
Yeah, well, I did a couple things. I solved one mini problem. See, I'm Where did I put my glasses? I'm a glasses wearer, if you didn't know that.
These are mine.
Oh, those are your glasses? All right, we're going to find my glasses. The reason I got
You
these...
just have them up on there? No, not up there.
Sweet, merciful Jesus. Well, that defeats the whole purpose.
I haven't seen your glasses at all.
I don't either. Yeah, you're right.
You leave them in the car?
I don't know.
These are 1.5 readers.
Yeah, no. I had glasses. See, the whole point of my thing was I'm a glasses wearing guy. And I missed out on the whole sunglasses thing. So I can't wear sunglasses. Because, you have glasses. What are you going to do? You're going to put on the big, glaucoma vision things that Grandpa used to wear? The clip-ons? I can't.
There's a couple different styles of clip-ons.
You look ridiculous.
But wait, so are you wearing glasses when you're driving and stuff?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to wear sunglasses. So I got these, checked these out. If I could find my real glasses. Now, Tina says they look ridiculous, but I think they're fine. They're a little big and oversized, but they go over your glasses. So, here's my glasses. Here we go. Check it out. Here we go. All right, so I'm a glasses wearer. I'm wearing the old spectacles. I'm driving down the road. The sun's beating into my eyes.
All right, you show me. I'll react.
Here's what's happening.
Okay.
I have sunglasses. I solved the problem. People who wear wear glasses can't wear sunglasses unless you got the tinted version. These were $7, $8.
How much is the men's version?
These are the men's.
I don't know, man. They look fairly Jackie O to me.
Yeah, Tina said they look pretty ridiculous, but they do solve the problem of blocking out the sun for you. Thank you. You look fine, but they look ridiculous. All right, I get it. So I didn't solve the problem.
I mean, on camera they don't look too bad, but in person, yeah, they look.
They're a little odd.
Yeah, they're a little oversized. They're a little. The thing with sunglasses and shit. You go, they're for men, they're for women. How do you tell? We're talking millimeters.
Yeah, unless there's bedazzling on them, I wouldn't tell.
Right. What, I don't even understand. Is it that the top's that much bigger than the bottom? I don't know.
That's one of those things. But then I could have solved the problem. I wanted to solve the problem this way. I got the X-ray glasses I've always wanted. See, it came in the mail from the old, remember these?
So did they work pretty good?
No. In fact, you get these fake ones. You thought they would put pinholes in there so you could see through it. There's not even pinholes in it.
Really?
I could literally walk into walls right now.
You can't see anything.
0.0. There's a little bit of red speck. There's a red circle that. So even these novelty X-ray googly eyes.
Because I thought the whole point of those it was essentially a pinhole camera. So if you had I got here, I got a light and then I got my hand, right? So if I put my hand up in front of the light, so then with it being just a little pinhole, going through, so then the light's, it's going to see the light refracting around your fingers and it's going to be because it's such a small aperture that the light's going to leak into the finger and it'll kind of make
it says.
It'll make it look like bones, but
they have instructions here, which is kind of funny. It says, on the back of the glasses here, it says, hold your hand towards the light, spread fingers, and see the bones.
That's yeah.
I can't see anything out of these things.
It's just optical refraction, yeah.
Here you go. Try them out. Right, there you go.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like that. It's like the little woven material. I can see the pattern. It's like netting.
See, you can't see out those.
Oh, no, I can see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very limited.
Very limited, yeah. You wouldn't walk around with those. You'd definitely walk into a wall.
Definitely not going grocery shopping with it. Whoa, it works. I can't see my bones.
Whoa.
And actually, what it's doing is it's prisming the light. So it's not so much that you're seeing it from either side. It's coming more from one side or the other.
Right.
Oh, I see. If you kind of get it in the middle, but.
Oh, here's the this is pretty good. It says Party Howler. Here's a stunt that'll have the girls after you or running from you.
Look, the girls after you, what's their intention?
Well,
they may be out to get you.
Here's the next thing it says.
And if they're running from you, believe me, some will be running after you.
Have victims walk past the sheet.
Victims?
Yeah, the next sentence, it says, here's the stunt that'll have all the girls after you or running from you. Have the victims walk past on a sheet on your side at close distance. Clothing will vanish. Further away, the flesh apparently becomes transparent, leaving a living skeleton.
This is the stupidest thing
I
ever,
know.
man.
This is
the dumbest thing since sea monkeys.
It is. It's next to the sea monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then here's the next one. Starting a riot. Tell your friends you can look through anything. Show them how you can look through their fingers and their clothes. Put the gogs on and look them up and down. Start a riot.
So stupid. It's ads for garbage like this that made me hate comic books when I was a kid.
These were next to the sea monkeys. They were next to the decoder ring was actually pretty cool.
That's just a what do they call them? One of those numerical codes or whatever.
Yeah.
Substitution codes.
So there it is, folks. X-ray goggles, not what they're cracked up to be. I'm gonna have to call Consumer Reports because I won't start a riot. I might create victims, but who knows?
Yeah.
Well, there it is, guys. We're going to get out of here. We got to cool down. It's a little hot in the hot tub here.
Yeah.
You tuned in. This is our first episode from the DooCast.
DooCast Studios.
Yeah, the DooCast. Shlicketty Doo. I'm Aaron Forsyth. This is Mike Anderson. And this is the Orb of Truth. And we are out. See you guys.
Galaxy Glue.